Brandon Marshall might be the biggest coward on the planet, simply because he's on his clout chasing tour. You know, and I also kind of came across something that he said about Shannon Sharpe, which is crazy. You know, so why at this point in the game you're hopping around podcasts, you know, talking about everybody? It's a bad look, and obviously I've read some of the comments, and a lot of people agree that he's embarrassing himself.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk to y'all about Brandon Marshall again, guys. His former co-host came out and called him out, and he had fired back at some of the comments that Brandon Marshall made about him and Channing Crowder, and also Shannon Sharpe as well. I did videos breaking down what Brandon Marshall had to say about Shannon Sharpe. I'll revisit a little bit of that in today's video because I want to show you guys a clip again, just in case if you missed it. I want to catch you guys up with everything. So this is what Brandon Marshall had to say about Shannon Sharpe. Let's check it out right here.
Shannon Sharpe one.
Oh, after?
Yeah. Yep. That's when he asked her about how many bodies she had. And she told him, and he said he's white.
That's what Shannon's white.
That's former alumni.
And if he was former alumni, he wouldn't be talking about athletes the way he's talking about athletes. He talking like he was trained to be a ABC, NBC analyst.
Yeah.
But what I don't vibe with is when you tear down your fellow, athlete. There's a way to critique them. It's like, and you clout chasing, you talking about Russell Wilson a year later on some other things. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your platform's too big for you to go chase that. Yeah. And I just don't vibe with it.
Okay, so that's what Brandon Marshall had to say about Shannon Sharpe. I did a full video breaking that situation down. You guys should go check that out. I also did another video because a lot of you guys was coming to the comment section was like, yo, Brandon Marshall's real issue with Shannon Sharpe is he's just jealous because, Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco is doing a nightcap podcast and it's booming. And if you look at I Am Athlete's podcast, I Am Athlete podcast is currently dying. That channel is it's almost a dead YouTube channel, man. Like for a channel to be that big and for the views it's getting, it is bad, man. And that's why Brandon Marshall revealed he's currently $12 million in debt with the I Am Athlete podcast, and he said he has made no money from it. He said everybody else has made money off of it but him, and he was pretty much blaming Fred Taylor and Channing Crowder for that as well. Let's highlight that clip. Let's check it out right here.
Are you getting compensated at all throughout this process?
I still haven't taken any money. I'm in the red. I'm in the negative $12 million. Like to this day, I still haven't been paid anything. Everybody else have ate and eaten well off of this platform. Like when I talk about being in the valley and all of that, and I wouldn't change it for the world, because to me, I still visualize being on that second mountain at the top. Damn, Barstool just completed herself for $640 million, uninterrupted, sitting on a $740 million valuation. Joe Rogan did what with Spotify? $300 million. The Ringer, $250 million. When Fred Taylor sit down with me, right, and he don't put up any money, but he say he want to put up money, but he don't after a year, and my investment goes to $500 to $1 million, and it keeps rising, and now he's asking for 25% of the company, and I'm like, bro, that just don't make sense to me.
Okay, now stop.
Okay.
Keep your point. Have you ever received any money from Fred Taylor, Reggie Wayne, Channing Crowder?
No. I've paid them.
Okay, now, looking from it from your side, they feel, I would feel if I were them, I would say, even though I never put a dime in, but I helped grow this entity, I'm not owed 25%?
No.
Why?
Okay, I'll have that full video down below, guys, if you guys want to go check out the other video I did covering that. But in today's video, let's get right into what Fred Taylor had to say about those comments, because Fred Taylor didn't take too kind of Brandon Marshall mentioning him in that way and also calling out Shannon Sharpe. And he's pretty much calling Brandon Marshall a clown in this clip, guys. And I would like to highlight that for you guys in today's video. So with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. This is what Fred Taylor had to say in response to Brandon Marshall. Be sure to hit that like button for me if you haven't already. That helps this YouTube channel continue to grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with all of my current YouTube videos. Peace.
Brandon Marshall might be the biggest coward on the planet, simply because he's on his clout chasing tour. You know, and I also kind of came across something that he said about Shannon Sharpe, which is crazy. You know, so why at this point in the game you're hopping around podcasts, you know, talking about everybody? It's a bad look, and obviously I've read some of the comments, and a lot of people agree that he's embarrassing himself. The question is, where are those people that started with him? You know, me and Channing, Ocho, all the other people that were on the show that he went to recruit after Channing and I left. Everybody disappeared. And if you were right, if you stood for anything, if your integrity was high, then people will still, you know, rock with you. But nobody's there right now. So I can really dig into it, but I think I would just be putting more fuel on his fire, what he wants, you know, considering he's moving around like that. I think what you need to do, boss, is handle your business. Stop fucking around.
I say, and I think Fred, that was very aggressive and articulate. And I appreciate it. But I would just say the part I heard was a motherfucker acting like he made me. That's the thing I can't stand. How you make me when I made your podcast, or our podcast supposedly, but it really wasn't ours, as we found out. Then go to another one, create another thing that blows up bigger than that even was. That's the thing that got hot about me. Bitch, you ain't make me. Pauline Pope and Randy Crowder made me. I created myself. I do all this. So that's the one thing. And like for instance, there's a lot to get into about the lies. Anytime you want to talk about numbers, anytime you want to talk about contracts and what, show receipts. Don't just say this 25,000 or maybe it was 250 or maybe 1.2 million. Show receipts. If you feel that way, there are some contracts that are done on paper. So if you really want to put numbers out there, we can show receipts. But don't act like you made a motherfucker. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah, that's what Fred Taylor and Shannon Crowder had to say about Brandon Marshall. And I think you guys were spot on in the videos I had did. You guys were leaving comments and everybody was calling out Brandon Marshall for his behavior. A lot of people were saying that Brandon Marshall is clearly off his meds, allegedly. So that's it for today's video, guys. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you made this far in the video. That really does help this videos get pushed out to the algorithm. I really do appreciate that. If you're a new sub over here, comment down new sub. Don't forget to subscribe up as well. I'll catch you guys on the next video, and we out, guys. Peace.